Welcome back to the Plaza. Next up is Andrew McKnight, Executive Director of the Challenge Program, that's doing amazing things to people and with everyone in the community. I freaking love this one. I love this one. Andrew, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
All right, all right. What's the Challenge Program, man?
Challenge Program is a construction training program for kids with barriers to employment. And by kids, it's 18 to 24.
Right.
Okay.
So we take in people who've had trouble getting a first job,
Right.
maybe dropped out of high school, and have some problems, barriers to employment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do construction.
Right.
We renovate houses. We do a lot of low-income housing around town. We also do projects for other nonprofits. We do timber frame construction. And we have a furniture business. So
Yeah.
we started a furniture business about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And we're expanding.
How about set design?
So
I know where you're going with that.
You see where I'm going?
I know where he's going with that.
I heard about you guys. Actually, when I first started DETV, I can't remember who mentioned it, but I think it was Rob Herrera.
Oh yeah,
mentioned
sure,
it.
yeah. We did the mill.
Yeah, he
with
was
Rob.
so like fascinated with the challenge program and everything you were doing, and I was like, wow, didn't know that was going on.
Right, right.
So-
Yeah, we fly under the radar. We haven't done a lot of promotion. The furniture business has been busy. We just do word of mouth. We don't promote.
Right.
And we're in a small shop, so we haven't been able to grow. We're building a new shop, which is why we're co-Longwood recipients. Yeah.
Yep.
And the new shop's just down the street near Kalmar Nickel on
Yes.
East 7th
Okay.
Street.
Yeah.
And it's we're growing to 14,000 square feet, and we're actually going to have to start marketing and doing sales. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that. It's something new for us.
Right.
Something we've never done before. It's it's been nice flying under the radar for so long, but now I think we have to kind of get out there and promote ourselves.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm super
No,
excited
it's
about this
okay.
one
No,
because
no, that's
you can
okay.
see the guys in the community, right? That, like you said, is having barriers, can't get jobs because of the background or whatever.
Right.
And then here comes the challenge program. Now these guys have a skill that will never go away. Even
Exactly.
with AI, here, these skills will never go away.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there's plenty of work out there for these guys, and what they need is support. It
Yes.
took me a while to figure it out, but the trick to working with the population that we work with is the case management.
Yeah.
It's really giving them the wraparound services they need so that they can be successful.
Understood.
And not everybody knows that. Everybody thinks that there's a 10-week or a 12-week solution to the problems that the kids face, and there's not. It takes months, if not years, of putting in real services, real strong services for them, and that's what we do.
Perfect.
What is the mission?
The mission is to provide vocational training for kids with barriers to employment. So it's a real simple one-sentence mission, but it's it takes a lot of people and it takes a lot of support to actually make a real difference.
Yeah. After the program, how long is the program?
It's a 6-month training program.
Okay.
The furniture business we hire graduates of the training program, so
Okay.
that's a year. So it's sometimes it's 18 months, sometimes it's just 6 months.
Yeah.
But we follow the kids for years. Once you graduate from the program, it's on us for you to be successful. And so we keep up with them. We help them do resumes, do job. We were kind of a place for them for their support when they need to change jobs, or
Yeah.
upskill, or whatever.
Is that considered like a workforce development program?
We are a workforce.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where our funding comes largely from Department of Labor, from the WIOA, which is Workforce Investment Act.
Okay.
That's our contract. It's
Nice.
the workforce development contract.
Beautiful.
Right,
beautiful.
right. And these are skills that they can acquire, but take with them anywhere they go, really.
Yeah, there's all kinds of needs in construction,
Right.
and once you've learned that to work construction and you know how to do it, you can always find a job pretty much anywhere you go.
Now, why? I'm always fascinated with the why people do what they do. Why do you lead this organization? What do you believe in it?
Well, I started it when I was 25 years old, a long time, and I'm not 25 anymore, obviously. I started it, I was building wooden boats. I had dropped out of graduate school. I was in Philly. I started building wooden boats at the Seaport Museum, and I started doing it with at-risk kids. I set up an after-school program. And you see there's a need. And when you see there's a need, and I enjoyed it. And at 25, somebody hired me to come down to Delaware to start a program. So I was the first employee, the first full-time employee, and there was a need, and I enjoyed it, and so I just stuck with it. And here I am, 27 years later.
27 years. later. How many lives have you changed in them 27 years?
A lot.
I'm sure many.
Yeah.
It's all about impact, right? So
It's all about impact, and I've got a great team, so it's not just me. Like you have to shout out the team, right?
Can you give me a success story, that one that you know that you hold dear to your heart?
Well, there's a kid, whenever you see the show, there's a guy, Rob Putney, who years ago, we worked with in the early 2000s and saw him in and out of jail and in and out of court and in and out of the system, and he'd be happy to tell you he was, marginal. He just came back, he sold his business, he went out to South Dakota and was working on in the oil business.
Right.
And I think he sold his business for over $1 million.
Did he?
He bought a farm, and he's now working on a farm.
What?
So he came back in his big old truck. He's making $400,000 a year out there.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of those. We have a woman, Deja Green, who's working in the Iron Workers Union.
Yeah.
She's doing the new Longwood Gardens building, and she's making $49 an hour.
You're talking about impact. We talk about some awesome impact.
Right.
Yeah, so we're lucky. It's all on them. It's not on us. It's
Right.
on them. But we're there to provide the support to help them
I think
reach
you
their
guys need
potential.
a movie, like a whole movie.
Well, we always say laugh that we're going to write a book. There's a lot
Right.
of stories.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stories with the
On the
people.
website, are there these stories written for people to read?
There's a couple of videos
Like
on there.
testimonials and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
because
We're working on a new website. Like I said, we haven't put ourselves out there that much, so
It's time.
Yeah.
These stories
Yeah,
are important. I'm so
yeah.
glad you asked that question, Ivan, because that really just makes you really think how important this organization is,
I appreciate
how
that.
impactful this organization is. And those stories really, really jolt you, because you just were able to tell us two stories so fast. Like,
Yeah.
this person, their lives were changed, and their families. And that's another thing that's important. Not only are you changing one person's life, but their family too. So that's the
Yeah.
huge impact that
Bloodline change.
exactly the challenge program is doing for the community. Now you are actually from Philadelphia, correct?
I live in Philadelphia.
Live in Philly.
I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, so
So
Delaware.
I moved up to Philly to go to Penn for grad school.
Okay.
And it didn't last very long.
Okay.
And so I started, much to my parents' dismay, I started building wooden boats.
Okay.
But it's turned into something. I've done all right with it. So
Now, can excuse me, the challenge program, can individuals who want to not participate, but be a part of the organization, do they have to be? What are the requirements? Are they have to be from Delaware, or can they be from the tri-state area?
no, it's Newcastle County.
Newcastle County
Yeah,
only.
well, or Delaware, but people have a hard time getting up here from southern Delaware. I think we've
Okay.
had just one or two
Okay.
kids from there, but mostly
Okay.
Newcastle County. We take, anybody can apply.
Mm-hmm.
The population that we're funded to serve is barriers to employment and income eligible. So
Right.
we don't serve people who've got plenty of income.
Right,
Plenty of money.
Like it's a free program. I can tell you.
Yeah, well, it's a paid program, so the
Yeah.
kids are paid the whole time they're there. They're paid while they do their GED,
Oh, wow.
they're paid the whole time. So it's a paid experience. We do have a lot of applications, so it's competitive. It's, we take kids who want to be there. It's not like you're forced to be there.
Exactly.
And so we get a lot of really good kids who come from a lot of really challenging places.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. I love what you're doing. I think it's definitely award winning.
Well, thank you. Thank you for
guys-
having me here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
So, Andrew, real quick before we break, did you want to mention anything about the Longwood grant? I know you touched on it very briefly earlier. Did you want to mention a little bit more about that now?
Sure. Well, Longwood's been a big supporter of us for all these years. We're able to build the building that we are currently occupy with help from Longwood, and Longwood has really stepped up to help us build this furniture business. So we hope to be in there midsummer. We're building it ourselves, so it takes a long time, and we're slow at everything. So
You're building
all right.
yourself.
we're
of
building it
course.
ourselves, but we'll have to have you guys down there because it's a cool building.
Would love to
yes,
come.
Really nice,
I love that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to keep the community updated on what you guys are doing. Again, we're talking about just bloodline changing,
Yes.
Delaware changing, and life changing events, man, that's happening with people that live in this beautiful state that we have here.
Well, thanks for having me.
No,
Andrew,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Jeez.
Ah.